Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for future videos. Thank you.
How to get some of that money with your own Amazon tiny store. Let me paint the picture for you. You ever went to the mall and you seen these kiosks, right? And you said, well, ain't that many people going to those kiosks and stuff, right? Because most of the time people go to those kiosks and stuff, they get most of their traffic from Thursday to Sunday. But what about Monday to Wednesday? The traffic dies down. However, they still have this high overhead. So whether they're making money or not, they still have to pay that high overhead. And so if you ever had a kiosk in the mall or even a store in the mall, you know how expensive that can be. Now, also, you're under contract. So it's making it hard for you to make any money, or if you ain't making money, you still have to pay these people. Now, with the Amazon Tiny Store, you can eliminate that contract and you can go wherever you want with this Amazon Tiny Store. That's right, you'll be able to be mobile with this Amazon Tiny Store. And for most people, they say it only takes about 2 people to set it up. So again, what do they use the Amazon Tiny Store for? Selling t-shirts, selling jewelry, selling other type of clothes, selling food. Again, summertime, people want cold sodas, people want water, people want Italian shaved ice. So you buying into an Italian shaved ice, instead of having a car, you have this Amazon Tiny Store. And so that way you have all this shelter protecting you, plus you can have a mobile air conditioner inside the Amazon Tiny Store that's cooling you off while you're in the sun serving people. This is how to leverage this Amazon Tiny Store. Now let's talk about setting this Amazon Tiny Store up. Again, if you have the money to buy this Amazon Tiny Store, do not buy it directly. You want that Amazon Tiny Store to be as an asset under your business. So setting up the corporation because you want to pay less taxes. That's number one. Okay, so you done bought this tiny store when you set up the corporation and open up the business bank account. What does that mean? That means because you loaned your corporation money to the bank account, now you're building up the business credit and the business bank rating. So now you're starting to build a relationship with the banks. And so what that means is because you're building a relationship with the banks, now you're able to start applying for business credit cards, business lines of credit, business loan, so you can do what? So you can expand. So check it out. A lot of people think $4,000 is a month, is a lot. But think about it. Guess how long it's going to take you to pay off that $4,000 if you're selling the right products to the right people. You're at the beach, you're selling sodas and everything. Hey, 30 days selling sodas and everything, man, it's expensive. You're more likely are going to be making that money back, because people at the beach, how much would they pay for a soda? Soda mostly costs, what, $1? But at the beach, a soda costs $3, right? So if a soda is costing $3 at the beach, imagine you there for 30 days. Again, you have to have a business license to solicit to people, but at the same time, that's a minimum expense. But you have this tiny store, so you're on one end of the beach, and you have a business partner on the other end of the beach. You all are killing it, okay? And say, again, you say, hey, I want to open up a pop-up store in New York or Florida, okay? Because you're not paying the high overhead that you would be in the mall and you're not tied to a contract, you can almost like make it a franchise, because you can have friends and family members running those. So you're making more money. So this is the thing about it. Once you set that corporation up and loan that money to the corporation, again, you're building up the business credit, the business bank rating, so that you can borrow more money through credit cards, business lines of credit, and business loans. And what else is it going to do? Also, you're building up the financial statements and the bank statements under the corporation. And what do you do with the financial statements and the bank statement? Now you're able to borrow money without using your personal credit. That's right. By you not using your personal credit, you can go through alternative lenders that see that you're profiting from the business. Oh, what happens? Tiny store at the beach. Hey, summertime's over. What's coming up next? You know, winter time coming up. You know, holiday season coming up. So you can change up your products and stuff, but you still have this tiny store. So you still have that asset that's giving you that protected shelter. How many times you drive by in the wintertime, you seeing people trying to sell tea, trying to sell hot dogs and stuff in the cold weather? However, if you had your business license, you had your little small pop-up store from Amazon, what's happening? You're selling tea, coffee all day long. Guess what? You're not getting cold because you have a portable heater inside your pop-up store, right? So now you're all comfortable while you're still serving tea, hot dogs, or whatever. Now, think about it. If you had a tiny store from Amazon, what if you selling tacos? What if you selling barbecue or whatever? Now, here's a guy, he's selling tacos, barbecue and stuff, but he doesn't have no shelter prepping the food. So you got flies and everything over here. However, because you have this tiny store from Amazon, you got this shelter in, right? So people are not worried about flies and bugs getting on their food, exposing their food. So there's a difference. More likely, people are going to trust you versus this guy that's cooking out in the open, okay? So that's another thing. Places that you can do it, right? The shelters from the weather. Again, a lot of people out here. What if it rains? So you're at a flea market or something outside, outdoors flea market, and it starts raining. Well, guess what? You're not worried about your merchandise getting wet. You're not worried about your hamburger buns, hot dog buns getting soggy and stuff because you have this shelter over you. Versus somebody that was out, if it started raining, what do they have to do? They have to close up. So they're losing money where you don't have to close up because you're sheltered from the rain. Also, again, summertime, sun is beaming down on these people that are just selling clothes and stuff, and they have all this stuff spread out. But again, the sun is damaging their products and stuff. However, with this small tiny store, people are able to come in or look around and stuff through the windows and everything and say, hey, I want that, or whatever. So you're not worried about the sun on you, plus you have the air conditioning going. So you're not worried about your products getting damaged or you're getting exhausted from the heat. So that's why you want to consider opening up an Amazon tiny store. If you want to learn more about how to properly set your corporation up so that you can apply for a business credit card, a business line of credit, so that you can get qualified for an Amazon tiny store, click the link below. But this is Houston with three-way funding. This is a great opportunity for you entrepreneurs that really want to get into the market and start selling products, physical products and stuff, but you was just worried about the overhead. So this eliminates that overhead and it eliminates the contract. So check out the link below and let's get rolling.